ERi-TV viewers, welcome to English News Broadcast. I'm your reporter Bersaba Tagle, and these are the major headlines for today. The German branch of the National Union of Eritrean Women conducted its 21st Congress. Call made for reinforced participation in teaching learning process in Ansaba region. Close to 60,000 people have died of COVID in China. And Italy arrests top mafia boss Messina Denaro at Sicilian hospital. On your local news, the German branch of the National Union of Eritrean Women conducted its 21st Congress on 14 and 15 January in Frankfurt under the theme Our Youth, Guarantors of Our Future. The Congress was attended by 125 representatives from 24 German cities. At the Congress, Ms. Oqba Fawarki, chairperson of the Union branch, presented activity reports from 2014 to 2022 in terms of strengths and challenges encountered. Speaking at the occasion, Mr. Johannes Weldu, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean embassy, gave briefing on the role and contribution of Eritrean women in all stages of the Eritrean history. Likewise, Mr. Kibra Abtakhas, the Eritrean Consul General in Frankfurt, Mr. Kahasai Tawel, the head of Public and Community Affairs, Mr. Takhru Labasi from National Committee, and Ms. Milita Tawel de Birhan, General Secretary of the National Union of Eritrean Women in Europe, as well as representatives of the National Association of Eritrean War Disabled Veterans and the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Germany, delivered messages of solidarity. The Congress also elected an executive committee for 3 years term. The participants expressed a readiness to strengthen participation and contribution in the implementation of the programs of the Union branch. Ambassador Abdullah Musa, governor of Ansaba region, called for reinforced participation and contribution of the community in the development of teaching learning process. At the occasion organized on 16 January to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the establishment of Fesalam School in Mehlab, Ambassador Musa said that strengthening participation in the development of teaching learning process attests to the growing awareness of the public on the importance of education. Mr. Kiflai Ande Mikael, head of the Ministry of Education branch in the region, on his part congratulating for the semi-centennial anniversary of the school, called for reinforced efforts for better outcome. Fesalam School, that was established in 1972, has been promoted to junior school in 2001 and 2002 academic year and to high school in 2022 and 2023 academic year, and is providing educational service to 1,382 students. At the occasion, exhibition depicting the history and journey of the school was staged, and the former students and teachers of the school presented their memory during their stay in the school. Mehlab Galef subzone is located about 48 kilometers east of Keren city. On your last local report, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Galalo subzone organized a meeting with junior and high school students from Bada, Berasole and Galalo semi-urban center, focusing on strengthening organizational capacity of the youth. At the meeting, Mr. Takhle Zare, head of political and organizational affairs at the Union branch, gave briefing on the role and contribution of Eritrean youth in the armed struggle for national independence, safeguarding national sovereignty, as well as in the nation-building process, and said that the objective of the seminar was to develop the overall understanding of the youth. Indicating on the importance of all stakeholders in the development of organizational capacity of the youth, Mr. Takhle called on the youth in general and that of students in particular to strengthen participation in the implementation of the programs of the Union branch. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and I'll be back with your international reports after the short break. Welcome back. A medical official from the National Health Commission told a press conference in Beijing on Saturday that close to 60,000 people have died of COVID in China since the country abandoned its tight zero COVID policy in early December. Head of the National Health Commission's Medical Affairs Department said China recorded 59,938 COVID-related deaths between December 8 and January 12. Of those deaths, 5,503 came from respiratory failure caused by COVID infection, and 54,435 were people infected with COVID, as well as with other underlying diseases such as cancer and cardiovascular diseases. China has previously listed only those COVID patients who succumbed with respiratory failure as having died of COVID. In the months after December 8, China reported only 37 deaths from local COVID cases, according to figures released on the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention website. The WHO and the United States have accused China of underrepresenting the severity of its current outbreak, while top global health officials have also urged Beijing to share more data about the explosive spread of COVID in China, where reports have emerged of overwhelmed hospitals and funeral homes. On your last report, Italian police have arrested Matteo Messina Denaro, the country's most wanted mafia boss, who had been on the run since 1993, swooping on a private hospital in the Sicilian capital Palermo, where he was undergoing treatment. Police said they detained him at Palermo's La Maddalena hospital on Monday morning in the city's northern suburbs. Messina Denaro had been having appointments at the hospital for some time, Italy's ANSA news agency reported, adding that police had secretly moved officers into the building overnight to safeguard other patients. Italian news agency said that he is believed to be suffering from cancer. Prosecutors say Messina Denaro, 60 years old, is a boss of Sicily's Cosa Nostra mafia. He had been sentenced in absentia to a life term for his role in the 1992 murders of anti-mafia prosecutors Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino. Messina Denaro also faces a life sentence for his role in bomb attacks in Florence, Rome and Milan, which killed 10 people the following year. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni hailed the arrest as a great victory for the state that shows it never gives up in the face of the mafia. And now a recap of today's major headlines. The German branch of the National Union of Eritrean Women conducted its 21st Congress. Call made for reinforced participation in teaching learning process in Ansaba region. Close to 60,000 people have died of COVID in China. And Italy arrests top mafia boss Messina Denaro at Sicilian hospital. Dear viewers, thanks for watching and do stay for the remaining of our programs.